Alright, so one final video about this thing. This is the finished job. What I did was ground this whole sleeve down so it's thinner. There's no need for it to be that thick. It's just rubbing against the top part. So what I did was I put it on an angle like that. And saw when I was pulling it, I was noticing, let's see, use this up a little bit, where I could see it extending. Let's see if we can focus this. So it's hard to see with the camera, but basically looked at it from the total side profile, saw where it was sticking out, and then ground that down. Also, I took that funny sleeve. I was telling you there's some weird sleeve over one of my stock cables. And so I just took that sleeve off and was left with this nice barrel underneath there, which is shorter than it needs. It's shorter than this, so it doesn't extend past, because that's what the problem was. It was extending past there. And then this is the one that comes with the kit. And I don't know why, but it's kind of one of those, the ones that, let me show you, best to show you right there then. Try to describe it. See, it's one of these ones. And the bad thing about that is that it pivots. See, it wiggles. So when you pull, it tends to angle this piece and twist it. If it was straight on there and it was a solid piece, I think it would pull it nice and smooth back and forth. But it tends to pivot, and that tends to wobble this, and that's what I think was causing some of the scraping. As you see, this is the stock one here, and it's just it's totally soldered on the end, kind of like this one here. I don't know why they just didn't use this. This would have been sufficient on the back of this. Made some kind of cutout. Actually, I might be able to do that. I'll try that when I shut off this video. Try to just put this in there without that. But that might change the adjustments that I have. Let's see, I'll try it out. Actually, it's not too bad. It's actually really good. Yeah, I think I'll actually go that route. Alright, well, that's the final. Thought it was finished, but... So, yeah, we ground this down here. Also, ground some underneath there so that this can sit more flush and that it wasn't rubbing against this piece here. Also, ground out some of the underneath of this so it wasn't rubbing this. Just because I couldn't get in here, I would preferably remove this, ground that all out. But it's hard to get in there with the tools. So I also noticed that this is a cast aluminum piece, and you can see that there's some right here. Get a screwdriver to point with right here. Some pieces that they didn't out of the casting, and I was gonna grind these down so that the cover, when you put the cover on, it lays nice and flush. So you know water won't get in there, as you see that little casting piece. See how you can see a little gap right there? Well, there is just a little gap, but that will allow water to get in there and eventually wash out any grease or lubricant, and maybe even cause some corrosion. So I was gonna grind that down, but I was also worried that that would bring the cover closer to this piece, and then there would be more friction and more rubbing going on. So for now, I'm gonna just leave that be, and I'll take this thing out of there when we get done with this. But so I just wanted to show you the final video, whether you do this without the pin or you like it with the pin. This would still be something that you could do. And before, when I was pulling on this, you could just feel the rubbing, the scraping going on. So if you pull it without the cover on there, and that's what it should feel like. And if you put the cover on, you're getting scraping and it doesn't feel right to you, then you need to do some work to it. So that's basically what I recommend to do, is just feel how it feels without the cover, how nice it's smooth, almost feels like stock, but just lighter. And you want that same feeling with the cover on. So, oh yeah, and I keep forgetting this. Like this video, please, if you do, and also subscribe to my YouTube page. Thanks.